11, Mercedes-Benz Stadium is set and ready for the Peach Bowl between IU and Oregon.
Curt Cignetti has built a powerhouse here at Indiana. Does he ever get a chance to step back and enjoy it? Hear from him in sports.
Tracking overnight storms, we'll check radar and get you ready for a temperature tumble.
Plus, calls for calm and communities on edge tonight after an ICE agent killed a woman in Minneapolis.
We want ICE out of our streets!
Tonight, we'll take you to a protest here in downtown Indianapolis where Hoosiers had strong words about immigration policy and shaping the future of our city. Tonight, we'll share the new conversation between counselors and community members. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News. Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock and we are counting down the hours until IU and Oregon square off in the Peach Bowl. We'll have full coverage from Atlanta coming up in less than 1 minute. But first tonight at 11, we want to talk about the weather impact with this severe thunderstorm warning now in effect. Angela's tracking it from the Weather Center tonight. So what are you seeing?
We do have one warning, Scott, and as you mentioned, it's a severe thunderstorm warning for areas northwest of Indianapolis. Want to show you where the warning is in effect. It's for parts of Warren into Fountain and northern Vermilion counties. The warning goes until 11:15. Threat of 60+ mile-per-hour winds with this storm. Even outside of those thunderstorms, winds are gusting 35 to 45 miles per hour. More looks at radar and when this line of storms will leave us in just a few minutes.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. The undefeated IU football team is putting in the work tonight to make sure that Oregon is a lame duck instead of a lucky one. In less than 24 hours, both of these teams will be on the field for the Peach Bowl, a game that could earn the Hoosiers a spot in the national championship game. We've got team coverage for you from Atlanta. Sam Johnson is talking with IU fans. We'll hear from her in a moment. But let's begin tonight with Dom and Eli, who are looking ahead to tomorrow's critical clash. Guys?
Good evening and welcome to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Atlanta, Georgia, the site of the Peach Bowl, the college football playoff semifinal between IU and Oregon. We're less than 24 hours away now for this rematch. The winner goes to the national title. We've talked about it. We're just ready to get this thing going.
Yeah, for sure. And Curt Cignetti has certainly spoken into existence of what this team can do.
We take our next question all the way back in the
under the brightest lights and on the biggest stage throughout this season. And it kind of all goes back. I mean, every time we talk to him, when they do these joint press conferences like he did earlier today, it's about his journey to get here. Yeah. He was an assistant coach. He was a recruiting coordinator for so long. It took him so long to get his first head coaching job.
Frank Cignetti returned to his alma mater to coach the Crimson Hawks for 20 seasons.
But he also referenced his dad, Frank Cignetti, who was in the College Football Hall of Fame here in Atlanta.
From 1976 to 1979.
That he just kept him driving and pursuing that goal and having those two dynamics of not only being a coach but being a recruiter, and it's helped Curt Cignetti be the coach that he is today and getting IU here to where they are.
Never being complacent, right? And just being in the present, right? And because of that focus and that him being so dialed in, it's been called into question. Does he enjoy it? Does he step back and understand what he's built at Indiana? Does he ever smile? Is he happy? He was asked about that during the press conference. Take a listen. This is awesome.
I mean, there's a lot of times I am happy, I just don't show I'm happy. And if I'm going to ask my players, right, to play the first game, first play, to play 150 the same regardless of the competitive circumstances, then I can't be seen on the sideline, right, high-fiving people and celebrating, or what's going to happen, right? What's the effect going to be, right? So that's why I am like I am during the game. I'll smile and celebrate later in the coaches' room with the coaches, you know, maybe have a beer. Of course, in the playoffs, you got to do 9 or 10 different press conferences after the game. So that's about an hour and a half later. You know, people ask, do you ever get to enjoy this? And last week I asked Jeff Cake, I said, we just won the game, and I got 10 press conferences I got to do after the game. When am I going to enjoy this? So, no, I do smile, and I am happy at times.
Some coaches are just different than others. When it comes to Curt Cignetti, you either hate him or you just love him, especially if he's on your team, and the Hoosiers and that fan base extremely excited to have him on that sideline. Good stuff there from him.
one win away from a national title. What else can you say? I'm sure he's happy about that, but not satisfied, knowing that it's going to take a very well-played game to get it done against Oregon. We're going to have much more coverage for you on WTHR Plus and tomorrow morning on Sunrise as we continue the countdown to the Peach Bowl, the college football playoff semifinal between IU and Oregon. Until then, it's Eli Gain. I'm Dominic Miranda, 13 Sports.
All right, guys, great job. The players certainly ready tonight, but maybe no one is more prepared for kickoff than the fans. Sam Johnson is with the Hoosiers and the Ducks tonight, all of them bringing excitement and confidence to a Peach Bowl party.
Hey there, Thursday night inside the Georgia Aquarium was quite the party. We talked to so many families who made the drive down from Indiana to be here in Atlanta for the Peach Bowl. Many of them telling us this has become quite the family affair.
My dad started taking me to games in 1987 when I was 2. And his dad, before that, was taking him when he was a little boy. And we don't really miss a home game.
Well, we were graduates in 1984, so we're like a lot of Hoosiers. We haven't seen success. And so this is like a dream come true.
IU fans of all ages taking in the sights at the aquarium on Thursday. And the youngest fans telling me they feel like Fernando Mendoza will be the key to a victory Friday night.
Fernando's a Heisman, and they have really good receivers who can catch the ball.
But in between all the cream and crimson, not everyone is convinced the Hoosiers will come out on top.
I don't really like them. I do not like the color red. I love the color green and yellow. I don't know why they're even red. And I feel like red is for red button for bye-bye.
The Indiana cheerleaders and Hoosier the Bison ready for kickoff Friday night, 7:30 at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So much more live coverage from Atlanta. Stay with us.
What a party. Sam, thanks so much. So if IU wins tomorrow night, they would play in the national championship game January 19th in Miami. They'd face the winner of tonight's Fiesta Bowl. Right now, Ole Miss is leading Miami 27-24 with 3 minutes left to go in the game. You can watch our Peach Bowl preview special over on WTHR Plus. We've got extended moments from the coaches, players, and fans. It is streaming on demand right now. Go check it out. And we're following some breaking news tonight out of Oregon. Federal immigration officer shot and injured 2 people in Portland. That's according to authorities tonight. NBC News is reporting that this was part of a targeted operation. Sources tell NBC that agents stopped a car and the driver tried to take off, hitting one of the agents. An agent then fired at the car. According to the FBI, the passenger in the car was a Venezuelan in the country illegally and allegedly involved in a recent shooting in Portland. NBC Tonight is reporting a 33-year-old man and a 32-year-old woman were treated tonight for injuries. Portland's mayor and the city council called on U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement to end all operations in Portland, Oregon, until a full investigation is complete. Now, that shooting in Portland tonight comes a day after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman in Minneapolis. Tensions only rising there. Now officials confirm the Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension will not be part of the Minneapolis investigation. Instead, the FBI will be solely responsible. Several videos out there show the moments before the gunfire that killed 37-year-old Renee Nicole Good yesterday. But there are conflicting narratives tonight about what exactly the videos show. Members of the Trump administration claim the agent was acting in self-defense when Good was shot, but state and local leaders have refuted that. Now, that shooting has sparked outrage across our country. Tonight, hundreds of people gathered on Monument Circle. Our Logan Gay talked with the demonstrators in downtown Indy about their message.
After Wednesday's fatal shooting of 37-year-old Renee Good in Minneapolis by an ICE agent, Hoosiers in Indianapolis moved quickly to make their voices heard. In the glow of the Christmas tree on Monument Circle, protesters gathered to express their outrage.
Let me be clear about why we are here. We demand justice for Renee Nicole Good. We demand an end to ICE's reign of terror in our communities.
Their messages written on signs and shouted in chants. The U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, said there will be a federal investigation into the shooting, but believes it was justified, saying Good's vehicle was used to hit an officer. But protesters here believe cell phone video shows a different story.
She was in a car. She was simply trying to drive away. The agent was in no danger. I watched the video. I watched it multiple times.
If I'm being honest, I have not slept since seeing the video.
To amplify their message, protesters then took to the streets and marched around Monument Circle.
Everyone's voice matters. We all need to be on the streets, and we all need to be voicing our displeasure with this.
And while the shooting didn't happen here, protesters say Indianapolis still has a role in the larger national conversation.
If they will do this in Minneapolis, they will do this anywhere. It could be me, it could be you, it could be your children.
And that's why he says silence isn't an option. In Indianapolis, Logan Gay, 13 News.
The Colts season is over, and that means an eye on what's next. GM Chris Ballard tonight on injuries and imperative improvements.
Early morning rain and storms followed by falling temperatures and when we could see some flakes of snow.
And tonight we're taking a closer look at changes in the childhood vaccine schedule. The mixed reaction as parents and a medical expert weigh in on the modifications. That's next.